Nyankinya mena, naman, mani nabuni nyalukuyata, dandaganya ganayata. Nainari Robert Kari Karamu Taylor, Nainaranjiri, Nangaraki, Naranga, Kumagana mena. Mani nalu tampandi gana mena. Kumanalupana, Itanga, and Berendi. Tapantalu Bukiana, Burkana, Kumagana miniala. Nayakandalia, Nayungandalia, Nachalia. Greetings, I hope you're well. My name is Robert Taylor. I come from 4 Aboriginal language groups, including the Kaurna people, located in this part of the country, collectively known as the Noongar Nations. And I welcome you to the Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year, which is owned by the South Australian Museum, located here on Kaurna country, Tarndaganya, the rocky place of the big red kangaroo. I pay my respects to all Kaurna people, past and present, and extend that to all First Nations people throughout this great land. Nachalia, thank you.
Thank you, Rob, for welcoming us to Kaurna country. Good evening and welcome to the South Australian Museum in Adelaide for the announcement of the winners of the 2026 Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year competition. I'm here with the South Australian Museum's Director, Dr. Samantha Hamilton. Sam, can you tell us a bit about the Nature Photographer of the Year?
Thanks, Beck. The South Australian Museum is proud to own and produce the annual Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year competition and exhibition. This competition was founded in 2004 by Dr. Stuart Miller to celebrate the extraordinary natural diversity of the Anzac region, Australia, New Zealand, Antarctica and New Guinea. In 2009, Stuart generously gifted the competition to the South Australian Museum, and it's been our privilege to present it each year since. This year's competition received an exceptional response, attracting 2,129 photograph submissions from 501 photographers across 17 countries. The success of the competition and exhibition is made possible by the dedication of the South Australian Museum team and the generous support of our sponsors and partners. We're especially grateful to our principal sponsor, Australian Geographic, for their ongoing commitment and support.
Welcome to one of my favourite nights on the calendar. The names we're about to hear show what is possible when humans genuinely connect with nature, what it looks like to be immersed in the moment, all senses alert and attentive to natural elements you don't control. And in an age where any image can be summoned from a text prompt, that experience matters deeply. A camera and a curious mind, pointed at something real, still does what no AI-generated image can. It brings attention to a specific living thing, and that's what protects nature, being seen, being understood, and being valued. Australian Geographic has backed this competition for over a decade, and this year we're celebrating something else too. Our magazine turns 40, and that's 40 years of dedicated visual storytelling in this extraordinary part of the world. And still, every year, something in this genre finds a way to surprise us. If you can't make it in person to see this work on the walls, you can see the full winning collection in our September-October issue out very soon, and celebrate it across all our digital channels. These images make you want to know more, want to see more, and to look harder. And that's what the best nature photography does. Congratulations to the South Australian Museum and to every photographer recognised this year, the names we know and love, and the new names we're welcoming into our community. Now, let's find out who takes home the honours.
I would also like to extend my thanks to our production partner, Atkins, who print the photographs here in Adelaide with such expertise and care. Thank you once more to our major prize sponsor, Coral Expeditions, for its generous prize to our 2026 overall winner. We are delighted to receive continued support for the Threatened Species category, which is presented in memory of Katerina Gebratova. And of course, Dr. Stuart Miller and his sister, Miss Alison Huber, who continue as the competition's patrons in memory of their parents. Thank you all. We also appreciate the support from the South Australian Government and are pleased to share this message from the Deputy Premier and Minister for the Arts, the Honourable Khyam Ma, MLC.
Welcome to the Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year winner announcement for 2026. It is a pleasure for the South Australian Government to recognise the winner of the competition, taking pictures, celebrating and understanding the natural world. For many thousands of years, Aboriginal people have known nature, have named nature, and have lived in perfect balance with nature. And it is an amazing thing to see the images captured in such minute detail in all their natural wonder in this exhibition. Congratulations to every single photographer who's entered. Particular congratulations to the finalists and congratulations to the winner this year. I hope that many South Australians can get along to the South Australian Museum and see the photographs on display and look in wonder, as the rest of us do, at what is an unnatural world. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Premier. As Sam mentioned, this year's competition attracted a phenomenal response, presenting our judging panel with the challenging yet rewarding task of selecting just 100 finalist photographs from an outstanding field of entries. Our sincere thanks go to this year's judges, Mika Boynton, Jake Wilton and Ross Gudgeon. Representing a diverse range of photographic disciplines, including wildlife, landscape and underwater photography, they brought exceptional expertise, creative insight and thoughtful consideration to the selection process. Their discerning eyes and collective experience have shaped an exhibition that celebrates the very best of this year's competition. And now it is my great pleasure to announce the winners of this year's Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year competition. First up is the Animal Behaviour category. Photographs in this category should capture the subject in action, demonstrating natural behaviour. The subject can be native or feral. The runner-up is John Harrison from Western Australia with Right of Way, a wonderfully comedic image capturing a dominant elephant seal bellowing at a group of royal penguins as they attempt to march past. The winner is Nathan Watson, also from Western Australia, with Worm Wars. This perfectly timed photograph captures the dramatic moment a silver gull swoops in to chase a bar-tailed godwit and steal its worm. The judges were impressed by the low camera angle and strong composition, which heightens the drama and brings the action to life.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to say what a thrill it is to be named the winner of the behaviour category in this year's awards. It's a terrific shortlist, so many great images. It's a real surprise to be chosen as the winner. It's always an honour to be a finalist in any category in these awards. So thank you to the South Australian Museum and Australian Geographic for continuing to run this contest. It gives us wildlife and nature photographers a terrific platform to showcase our work, but more importantly, to showcase nature and wildlife. Congratulations to all the finalists and winners in all the categories this year. Amazing images. Well done. Thank you.
Congratulations, Nathan. Up next is Botanical. Following an overwhelming number of photographers' requests to see the return of this category, we're pleased to reinstate Botanical into the competition. The runner-up is Georgina Steitler from Western Australia for String Theory, an intriguing abstract view of algae found in an elevated wetland. And the winner is Alchemy by Ben Aldridge from Tasmania, a striking photograph using UV light to showcase the lichens and glowing gold tones of tanglefoot captured against the subtle aurora in the background. The judges commented on Ben's planning and technical prowess to produce such a unique image with interest throughout.
How's it going, everybody? Really excited to have my image, Alchemy, named as Botanical Photo of the Year. I've got a few really good mates that are in the category with me this year as well, which is very, very exciting. It's an image that's made by and with, equipment and in the presence of other winners from this competition. So getting to share it on such a grand stage with so many people, it never gets boring. And it's a very strong lineup this year. So very excited. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you all.
Congratulations, Ben. And now we turn to the macro category. The macro category runner-up is Francois Brassard from Western Australia for Surrounded by Foes, a sharply focused shot of a pony ant immobilised by surrounding spider ants on the rainforest floor. And the winner is Georgina Steitler for Insect Trails, another unique shot captured by Georgina, this time using street light to reveal the interweaving trails of insects, big and small. Judges were impressed by Georgina's creative use of the available street light to produce this breathtaking piece of abstract art showing beauty in the chaos. Congratulations, Georgina. Now moving on to the landscape category. The runner-up is Benjamin Mays from New South Wales with Creatures in the Shadows, a spectacularly composed photograph of the stunted trees of New Zealand's alpine goblin forests. The landscape category winner is Wayne Sorensen for Flicker, a beautifully composed aerial shot of a tidal sandbar off the coast of Western Australia. The judges described the photograph as carefully considered with perfect balance. They commended the photographer's restraint in processing, noting the image retains a profound sense of serenity.
G'day, I'm Wayne Sorensen from the Gold Coast. I'm honoured to be named as the winner of the landscape category for my image Flicker. I'm especially proud of this image and I'm grateful the judges connected with it and recognised my vision. The photo was taken from a helicopter around the shallow waters of Derby in Western Australia, and I was immediately drawn to the unusual shape of the sandbar, with its fingers of sand reaching out into the water, looking like flickering flames from a fire. I'd like to sincerely thank Australian Geographic and the South Australian Museum for their continued commitment to this incredible competition. The standard of photography it attracts year after year is truly inspiring, so to have my work recognised is something I genuinely value. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Wayne. The next category is threatened species, for any species listed as vulnerable, endangered or critically endangered on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List. This category is presented in memory of Katerina Gabritova. The runner-up this year is Joy Kachina from Tasmania for Fallen Angel, a striking image of the endangered species cider gum captured in fresh snow. The winner is Matt Cornish from Queensland for Resilience, a fight for survival, capturing in the snow an endangered Tasmanian devil with devil facial tumour disease, devouring a wombat carcass. The judges acknowledge that it's a hard photograph to view, but really hits you in the heart and asks the viewer to consider the true fate of this iconic species.
G'day everyone, it's Matt Cornish, here in far north Queensland rainforest. I want to take a moment to thank the South Australian Museum, Australian Geographic, and of course the amazing judges that worked through this year's Nature Photographer of the Year awards. I'm super privileged to be the winner of the threatened species category. Some people often ask me, what is photography? Why do we capture images? Well, for me, I truly believe it is to create emotion. And this particular image is not really the emotion that most people are after. This image is designed to create sadness, to make you feel angry, to make you feel despair for the threats that are facing our Tasmanian wilderness areas. This image, the Tasmanian devil, is littered in devil facial tumour disease, a disease that has been smashing the populations of wild devils since the mid-1990s. Unfortunately, as of yet, there is still no treatment for these animals. Day to day, Tasmanian devils are facing death. They're facing extinction on the island state where they're found. There is hope, of course. There is a lot of great work being done behind the scenes to create insurance populations and also to develop vaccines that could potentially help these animals. But in the meanwhile, this image is truly important to me. It needs to be shared to create awareness. But for me, I feel the utmost privilege. Not only to capture this image, but to be in this moment with this animal. High up in the mountains of central Tasmania, I trudged through the snow and hung out with a carcass of a wombat, waiting for Tasmanian devils to arrive. Never in my wildest imagination did I anticipate that this moment would take place. A Tasmanian devil female lumbering out from her burrow, clearly overwhelmed by the facial tumours that have engulfed her entire skull, feeding on the carcass of a wombat in the snow. A moment that I'll truly never forget. Thank you, everyone, and great work to all winners and finalists of this year's Nature Photographer of the Year awards.
Congratulations, Matt. We now shift our focus from colour to the artistry of monochrome. Our runner-up this year is Yan Zhang from New South Wales with Edith Falls, a striking time-lapse photograph that beautifully captures the power and movement of the waterfall. And the winner is Natalie Murray from Queensland with Flight of Fancy, a creative slow shutter panning shot of a royal spoonbill. Judges remarked on Natalie's mastery in monochrome and ability to simplify this image to perfection.
Well, this is a lovely surprise. Thank you to the judges and organisers. I feel very proud to be recognised alongside so many of my favourite photographers that I've admired for years. And this award is also for my fellow hobbyist photographers who might think that you need the latest gear or exotic travel to capture an award-winning image. This image was taken within 4 kilometres from my home. And I hope that serves as a reminder that special moments can be captured in familiar places. I'd also like to thank the volunteers of Bowie's Bush Care Group in Camp Hill, Queensland, for the wonderful job they do of maintaining a beautiful urban space for wildlife and people alike. Because without these type of places, photos like mine just wouldn't exist. Thank you.
Congratulations, Natalie. The next category is Our Impact, where photographers document human impact on the natural world. This year's runner-up is Paul Holden from Tasmania with The Earth Remembers, a framed and detailed aerial shot of an evaporation pond showing toxic residue. And the winner is Neglect by Dave Sanderson from South Australia. This powerful and confronting photograph depicts a juvenile koala found dead, trapped within a construction site. The judges commended the decision to submit this heartbreaking shot to highlight the cost of our negligence, even if it's difficult to look at.
G'day, I'm Dave Sanderson, photographer of Neglect. Winning the 2026 Our Impact category is something truly special, and it's made more so by the fact this little koala now has a voice. I hope the legacy of this image isn't the tragedy it depicts, but by the responsibility it inspires. I'd like to extend my thanks to the Miller family, the South Australian Museum and Australian Geographic teams for their incredible tireless work, making this annual exhibition world-class every year. To the judges, Jake Wilton, Mika Boynton and Ross Gudgeon, you guys really had your work cut out for you and it delivered sublime images. Thank you. To the other finalists, congratulations on your work. This is the best competition in the world and you should be so proud of yourselves for what you've achieved. To the people behind us photographers, our friends, families and loved ones, partners, thanks for understanding that 5 more minutes doesn't really mean 5 more minutes. So thank you for letting us do what we do. Somewhere in this exhibition is going to be a photograph that will spark a conversation. Maybe it's the next scientist, maybe it's the next conservationist or photographer, but the reality is they're going to change the world and it's because of competitions like this. Thank you. Can't wait to see you at the exhibition.
Well done, Dave. We now move to our Animals in Nature category. The runner-up is Nathan Watson from Western Australia for Hunting in the Glow, a breathtaking cinematic shot of a great egret hunting at dawn. And the winner is Just in Time, an amazing shot of a whimbrel plucking a crab from the rocks by Colin Chan from New South Wales. The judges were impressed by Colin's excellent use of depth of field and ability to effortlessly communicate the true drama of the scene.
Hi, I'm Colin Chan. I'm honoured to be the winner of the Animals in Nature category for the 2026 Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year. I really must thank my wife, my sons and my parents for always believing in me. As an eye surgeon and university academic, nature photography has been a relaxing and re-energising pastime for me. The thing is though, the more I've explored nature, the more I've seen the interconnection between these different passions of mine. I feel there's so much more we need to learn about the relationship between humans and nature. Thank you to the South Australian Museum and Australian Geographic. Congratulations to my fellow finalists. Your work is truly inspiring.
Congratulations, Colin. Such an incredible shot. Now we move to the junior category, open to anyone under the age of 18. And the runner-up is Max Pitterino from New South Wales for Under Surveillance, a Nankeen kestrel resting beneath a security camera, perfectly juxtaposed with the camera symbol on the sign. And the winner of the junior category is Arian Dakal from Victoria for Silent Grace, a beautifully cinematic image of an Australian pelican. The judges commented on the superb lighting and Arian's exceptional ability to capture the remarkable detail and texture.
Hi, I'm Arian. I'm Australian Geographic's Nature Photographer of the Year 2026 for the junior division with my image of a pelican titled Silent Grace. Silent Grace was inspired by an older pelican picture I'd done when I was just starting out photography. And since then, I think I've dedicated a lot more time and a lot more effort into what I do. But first, I'd like to thank the team at Australian Geographic and the South Australian Museum for the opportunity to submit to the contest and for giving me the privilege of winning it. I'd also like to thank my fellow competitors in the junior division for a wonderful series of images, and I think any one of them could have taken the win.
Congratulations, Arian, and all the junior finalists. Now it's time to announce the winner of the Portfolio Prize. Photographers are invited to select a collection of 6 images to enter as a portfolio with a shared theme of the photographer's choice. The winner of the 2026 Portfolio Prize is Lewis Burnett from Western Australia with Our Island Arc, a celebration of the diversity and uniqueness of Australia's wildlife. Judges said each image is exceptional and epitomises the faunal element of the competition. This portfolio demonstrates Lewis's dedication to the craft.
Hey folks, my name's Lewis Burnett. I'm a wildlife photographer based in Western Australia, and I'm stoked to be the recipient of this year's Portfolio Prize in the Nature Photographer of the Year competition. Massive thank you to South Australian Museum and Australian Geographic for organising another great year of images, and I'm really sorry that I can't be there to celebrate it all with you this evening.
What a strong group of images. Congratulations, Lewis. Okay, now for the final announcement and time to reveal the overall winner of the 2026 Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year. I'm very excited to reveal that the overall winner is Matt Deacon from Western Australia for Ethereal Encounter, an overhead shot of a critically endangered green sawfish alongside a green sea turtle, a species only recently removed from the endangered list. Judges said this is an extraordinary photograph that balances a moment in time, rarity of subject, and technical proficiency, an absolute standout.
Hi everybody, Matt here. I just found out that my image, Ethereal Encounter, has been named this year's Nature Photographer of the Year competition overall winner. I am in awe of this. Months ago when I entered this competition, I never would have thought that my image would have even been selected as a finalist, let alone gone on to have been named the overall winner of the competition. So I am extremely grateful. I am humbled and I am in awe of this moment in my photographic career. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody who was involved in the selection process, to the judges, to everybody who supported me in my photographic career, and to the unknowing participants of this image, to the sawfish and the turtle for being present and being in the right place at the right time to enable me to capture this moment, which has gone on to receive this award. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations, Matt. We look forward to sharing your work as part of the exhibition here at the South Australian Museum.
We've loved sharing these winning images with you and hope you've enjoyed seeing them. Congratulations to all the finalists and the winners. The Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year exhibition opens to the public this Saturday, the 29th of August at the South Australian Museum. Tickets can be purchased via the museum's website. When you visit the exhibition, make sure you pick up a copy of the catalogue. They make great Christmas presents. And thanks so much for joining us.